What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be seeing what we can do about this scratched up plastic on my side-by-side, and we're going to see just how good we can do at restoring this plastic and making it look good again. So this is my 2024 Polish RZR Turbo R, and as you can see, I want to show you up close here in just a second, but my plastics are quite scratched up and I don't like that very much. I would really like it to look new again, and I want to do everything that I can to see what we can do to restore them. So let me show you up close here what I'm referring to. So you can see these light little scratches, and then there's also some deep scratches. It's a good mixture. It's a good mixture of a little bit of everything. So we've got some deeper ones here. Might have to break out a buffer and a polisher to see what we can do with that. That last ride that I went on just really scratched this thing up. You may not be able to see these little fine ones, but there's a lot, and I mean a lot, of scratches all over this thing. Those are pretty deep right there. Not only are we going to work on the blue plastics, but we are going to work on the black plastics as well. I have a really good product that I'll show you here in just a minute that really makes these black plastics pop again and look good. Now there's some stuff like this right here that would have to be sanded out before it would make any improvement. Really need a set of rock sliders. But I have used this product before, and I know and I'm very confident that it can do the black plastics very well. There's another one. I'll even try it on this here, and maybe even the top as well. The top is quite scratched also. So that should give you a pretty good idea of what we're currently working with. I think that I will have to break out the buffer and give it a nice buff and a polish. You'll see how good this product works here shortly, but this is a product by a company called Nubio. I had never heard of them before, but I found them on TikTok, and this is what it's called here. Classic Renaissance Car General Plastic Renovation. That's a weird name. Anyways, if you want some of this, you can get this off of my TikTok shop showroom. So I'll put my TikTok shop name here on the screen, and then you can go to that profile, and then you can click on the link where it says showcase, and then you can search this and you'll be able to find it. They're not paying me or anything, by the way. This is just a good product that I like, and it's the best product that I've found for this. So the first thing that I'm going to do is go ahead and wipe all of the loose dirt off of these plastics, the blue plastic and the black plastic, just so that I don't take the buffer and scratch it even more. Probably should say, if you're worried about scratching it more, don't use this to wipe all of the loose dirt off. You probably need to use some sort of air, something that's touchless, so that you don't scratch it more. And if you're working on a car, definitely don't do this. So in my opinion, the side-by-side is already quite scratched, and there's only so much repair you can do anyways. And we take these things out in the woods constantly and beat the heck out of them. So proceed with your own fair amount of caution. I've actually never tried this on the blue plastic, so I want to see what it does before I get out the buffer. Alright, we're gonna try to focus on this area first. This is actually way too much, honestly. This could do this whole door and more. This product goes a really long way. We'll see how good this does, and then we'll go from there. Another thing about this product is it actually kind of melts the dirt. Like if there's any leftover dirt residue or anything, it just kind of melts it off. So that's another thing that I really like about this product. So if you're looking to make a quick fix type repair on your painted plastics or your colored plastics, I mean, it did help, but the thing about it is it left a haze on the plastic, and I don't like that at all. I really like the glossy look, so I'm going to wipe this off now, and I'm going to get the buffer and give it a good buff and polish. So here we are. I've got my buffer with a buffing pad on it, a couple of different other pads for polishing. Don't know if we're going to use them at all, but we'll see. I'll probably be fine with just what this does unless it just looks horrible. Got some clean microfibers right here. And then for our buffing compound, the best in the business in my opinion. And then for our polishing compound, if I even polish it, may just buff it, who knows. But this stuff is expensive, but it's great stuff. That's why it's expensive. I'm going to go ahead and take my buffing compound and my buffing pad and saturate it pretty good. I'm basically just prepping the pad itself so that there isn't any dry spots. I'm just going to set this on a medium to low speed. All right, so here is the first step. Maybe in total. Like I said, I don't know how far I'm going to go with it, but here is the first step, and it does look like it's made quite the improvement. Of course, it doesn't look brand new, and it didn't remove every single scratch, but it looks a lot better. It looks a lot better. It's also a lot more reflective, as you could imagine. It looks way different. So you can kind of see how clear the reflection is in that. And it's quite hazy there. You can still see that was a pretty big scratch there. Most of those little ones, though, have disappeared. Let me put a light on it for you. I mean, honestly, I think that's very acceptable for a one-step process. Oh yeah, you can tell a big difference right there. Wow. So yeah, I would say that made a pretty good difference. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of it the same way, and then I'll come back to you. So here is quite an important note. I decided that it was a good idea to try to buff this with the buffing compound, this black plastic that's textured. Well, it turned the whole door white, or gray, or whatever you want to call it, but it looked awful. And I was wondering, how the heck am I going to get all that off? Well, turns out that same plastic refurbishing stuff took it right off. I wiped it off, and that's how it looks now. So I just want to show you real quick how good this stuff right here works. So you can see all these little dots from the buffing compound. You can see some dirt, you can see some scratches and everything else, but check this out. Before, after. Now obviously it's not going to take these deep scratches out here, but it makes a huge improvement and it'll last until you go and get it muddy again. So look, there's like nothing even on here right now, but it just makes this black plastic look fantastic. And see how it kind of just melts the dirt away that's on there? It does the same thing with the buffing compound. Using it on the roll cage and all these black plastics. So I just dressed up all of this black plastic here, and I gotta say it's turning out pretty good. I've also been touching up, you know, the roll cage, and it seems to work really well on metal also. Used it on the control arms a little bit. The inner fender liner looks so much better like that. On this piece of rubber, it looked horrible before. It looked like this. Now it looks like that. You can use it as tire shine too. I haven't put it on these tires, but you can use it as tire shine as well. I have done it on my truck before. Looks pretty good. Need to get up there on the roof and I guess try it. Did the front here a little bit. Turning out pretty good. The polishing part is definitely slow, but it's definitely going to be worth it in the end. guys, I think I definitely made a huge improvement on this razor. Let me know what you think. Well guys, if you've watched this far, I definitely appreciate it. Make sure you go ahead and like and subscribe and share the video with anybody that you may want to share with. If you have any questions or comments or anything at all, please do leave them in the comments. I'll do my best to get back to you as soon as possible, and we'll see you in the next video.